The Roloff family has long been a beloved staple of reality television, captivating audiences with their heartfelt stories and unique challenges on Little People, Big World. Since its debut in 2006, the show has followed the lives of Matt and Amy Roloff, both of whom have dwarfism, along with their 4 children, Zach, Jeremy, Molly, and Jacob. Each episode showcases not only their daily struggles, but also their triumphs, making the Roloff family relatable to viewers around the globe. The family's openness about their experiences ranging from parenting to managing their farm has fostered a strong connection with fans who have grown invested in their journey. However, the recent announcement of the sale of Roloff Farms has ignited a wave of drama that has left fans reeling. As one of the central elements of the show, the farm symbolizes not just a home, but a legacy built over decades. The decision to sell has raised numerous questions about the future of the Roloff family dynamics and the impact this will have on their relationships, particularly between Matt and Amy, who have faced significant challenges in recent years. This pivotal moment has prompted speculation about how the family will navigate their new reality, further deepening the emotional stakes for both the Roloffs and their devoted audience. With tensions rising and unresolved issues surfacing, the stage is set for a dramatic exploration of love, loss, and the complexities of family life. The decision to sell Roloff Farms was driven by a combination of personal and financial factors that had been building for some time. For years, the farm served as both a family home and a business, hosting events, tours, and various ventures tied to the Roloff name. However, maintaining such a large property became increasingly burdensome, especially after Matt and Amy Roloff's divorce in 2017. Following their split, the division of responsibilities and financial obligations put additional strain on the family dynamic. Amy continued to manage the farmhouse and day-to-day operations, while Matt relocated to a separate residence nearby. Despite efforts to maintain the farm as a shared asset, the costs of upkeep, taxes, and staffing proved overwhelming. Beyond financial concerns, personal reasons played a significant role in the decision. Both Matt and Amy expressed a desire to move forward with their individual lives without the burden of the property. Amy, in particular, had hinted at wanting a fresh start, free from the pressures of running a public-facing business. Meanwhile, Matt had shown interest in downsizing and pursuing new ventures, which made holding onto the farm less appealing. Additionally, their adult children Zach, Jeremy, Molly, and Jacob had varying perspectives on the farm's future, with some expressing little interest in continuing to run it themselves. These factors collectively led to the difficult conclusion that selling the property was the most viable option. When the news broke, reactions were immediate and varied. Fans of Little People, Big World took to social media to express their disappointment, many lamenting what they saw as the end of an era. Some questioned whether the sale signaled deeper rifts within the family, particularly between Matt and Amy. Meanwhile, members of the Roloff family addressed the situation publicly, emphasizing that the decision was mutual and necessary. Still, the announcement marked the beginning of a new chapter, one filled with uncertainty and emotional tension. As news of the farm sale spread, the Roloff family found themselves navigating a complex web of emotions and differing perspectives. While Matt and Amy maintained that the decision was mutual, their children reacted in various ways, reflecting their own personal connections to the property. Zach, the eldest son, appeared to be more accepting of the sale, acknowledging the financial and logistical difficulties of maintaining the estate. He had already distanced himself from the family business in previous years, focusing instead on his own ventures, so the transition felt less jarring for him. Jeremy, on the other hand, seemed more visibly affected. Having spent much of his adult life working on the farm and managing events there, he expressed a sense of loss, though he ultimately supported the decision. Molly and Jacob, the youngest siblings, exhibited more emotional responses. Molly, who had lived in the farmhouse with her husband, Colin, voiced concerns about where she and her family would live after the sale. She had previously struggled with health issues, adding another layer of stress to the situation. Jacob, known for his independent streak, initially seemed indifferent, but later acknowledged the sentimental value the farm held for him. His past legal troubles and strained relationship with his father, Matt, further complicated his position, raising questions about how the sale might impact his future interactions with the family. Beyond the children's personal reactions, underlying tensions between Matt and Amy resurfaced. Though they emphasized that the sale was a joint decision, their communication remained strained, hinting at unresolved conflicts from their divorce. Fans speculated whether the sale was truly amicable or if pressure from external circumstances had forced them into an agreement they weren't fully aligned on. These early signs of discord foreshadowed deeper divisions yet to come. As the sale of Roloff Farms moved forward, tensions among the Roloff family members intensified, revealing deeper fractures in their relationships. What had initially been framed as a mutual decision began to unravel as conflicting statements and actions emerged. Matt Roloff, who had been vocal about his desire to downsize and pursue new ventures, took a firm stance on moving forward with the sale. However, Amy Roloff's perspective appeared more conflicted while she had agreed to the sale. She expressed hesitation in interviews, citing emotional attachment to the property and concerns about the future living arrangements for Molly and her family. These discrepancies became more apparent when Amy made a surprising move listing the farmhouse separately from the rest of the property. This unexpected decision caught Matt off guard, reigniting old tensions between the former spouses. Matt had assumed that the entire property would be sold together, and Amy's unilateral actions suggested a lack of alignment between them. In response, Matt voiced frustration, indicating that Amy's decision created complications and potentially jeopardized the overall sale. Their public statements reflected these growing tensions, with Matt appearing more pragmatic about the process, while Amy conveyed a sense of emotional turmoil. Meanwhile, the Roloff children reacted differently to the shifting situation. Zach and Jeremy, who had largely distanced themselves from the day-to-day management of the farm, seemed resigned to the changes. However, Molly and Jacob found themselves more directly impacted. Molly, who had been living in the farmhouse with her husband, Colin, suddenly faced uncertainty about where she and her family would reside after the sale. Jacob, whose rocky relationship with Matt had been well documented over the years, grew increasingly frustrated, feeling that decisions were being made without considering the younger generation's perspectives. As negotiations over the sale continued, the Roloff family's once unified front began to crack, exposing long-standing disagreements and unresolved emotions. What had started as a practical financial decision had now evolved into a deeply personal conflict, setting the stage for even more dramatic developments ahead. As details of the Roloff farm sale continued to unfold, the family's internal conflicts became increasingly public, drawing widespread attention from fans and media outlets alike. Social media platforms were flooded with reactions, ranging from disappointment and confusion to speculation about the true nature of the family's disagreements. Many longtime viewers of Little People, Big World expressed sadness over the potential loss of the iconic family home, seeing it as the end of an era. Others scrutinized the shifting narratives, questioning whether the sale was truly a mutual decision or if underlying tensions had been swept aside for appearances. One of the most talked about moments came when Amy Roloff announced her decision to list the farmhouse separately from the rest of the property. Fans quickly noticed the implications of this move, interpreting it as a sign that Amy may have had second thoughts about the sale or wanted to retain a piece of the family legacy. Some supporters praised her for standing her ground, believing she was fighting to preserve a part of the Roloff history, while others criticized the decision as contradictory to earlier statements that the sale was finalized. Meanwhile, Matt Roloff's frustration over the change in plans was evident in his public comments, further fueling speculation that the couple's post-divorce relationship remained fraught with tension. Beyond the parents, the Roloff children also found themselves under scrutiny. Molly's uncertainty about her future living arrangements sparked sympathy from fans, many of whom had followed her health struggles over the years. Jacob's frustrations resonated with those who believed the younger generation had been sidelined in major family decisions. As debates raged online, it became clear that the Roloff family's real-life drama had captivated audiences just as much as any scripted storyline ever could. With the sale of Roloff Farms still pending, the family now faces a period of significant transition, both personally and professionally. The emotional weight of parting with a property that has defined their public image for over a decade cannot be understated. For Matt and Amy, this marks the final chapter of shared life that was once intricately tied to the land they called home. Yet, despite their attempts to present a united front, the cracks in their relationship continue to surface, raising questions about how they will navigate future family matters. Will they find a way to coexist peacefully? Or will lingering resentments continue to drive a wedge between them? For the Roloff children, the sale represents a crossroads. Zach and Jeremy, who have largely pursued independent paths, may be able to adapt more easily to the changes, but Molly and Jacob face more immediate uncertainties. Molly's concerns about finding a new place to live add an emotional dimension to the sale, while Jacob's frustration highlights the generational divide and how each sibling views the farm's significance. As the family moves forward, it remains to be seen whether they will remain as tightly connected as they once were, or if the sale will mark the beginning of a more fragmented future. Beyond personal relationships, the Roloff brand itself is at a turning point. Without the farm as a central backdrop, the family must redefine their public presence. Whether through new business ventures, individual projects, or potential returns to reality television, the Roloffs will need to find a way to maintain relevance while adjusting to life beyond the property that once shaped their identity.